Because at that point, I'm thinking I can't do it. It's too much. I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before. And it only worked when I let this thing happen. Let a part of me completely die in the process. And that's freaking hard. Hi and welcome in today's video. Maryam here, sharing about how to live a more nourishing, energizing and prosperous life. In today's video, I'm sharing with you a feedback from the video I made about my daughter and removing her from childcare. Oh, you want to be part of the video? I made a video in French subtitled in English where I shared why I'm removing her from school, so where she's a preschool age, so not school fully now, and I explain everything in this video, who's going to show up somewhere here. And painting eyes, I know. And in today's video, I'm sharing with you the feedback. Oh, I know we got this effect on TikTok, which is a bit weird, but never mind. I have 3 feedback for you if you want to transition from school to unschooling your child, whatever age your child is. And the first aspect, which is a very important one, all of them are important, but the first one is a very, very major one, is a key I can give is to not try and keep a schedule right away. Just don't try to be organized, don't try to be on a schedule right away, because this is only going to do one thing, that will prevent you from succeeding, add more stress into this transitioning from the school environment to no school. So instead, do this thing, chill, follow the flow, observe and see how things go. And that's going to do one thing, that is making the process a lot easier, reduce the level of stress. So in other words, don't try to have your child wake up at a certain time and go to sleep at a certain time. Don't try and have your child eat so many meals at a certain time a day because it's better. Instead, just follow your child's desires, intuition, as long as it's healthy and safe, and observe, because the transition period is a time where you should be really observing your child and how they live life, or what they like and what they don't like, what works for them and what doesn't. And this is very important. So instead of doing this at the beginning, and it's really hard, at the beginning my daughter would just not sleep. Yes. She would just not sleep. Like I'm telling you, like 2 in the morning, she would still be awake and not wanting to go to bed. And it would drive me mad, because the only time I had to rest was literally when she was in bed. So she wouldn't want to go to bed, and worse than that, she would only eventually go to bed with me. So I had to change everything. I had to change her room setting. I had to move her bed from the room to another room. I had to get her to sleep with me. She didn't want my bed. So a lot of things that just made me kind of anxious, because I didn't expect that to happen. And I was thinking, at least I will have the time when she's asleep for myself to rest, meditate, rejuvenate, do things, create. And that was just not happening at all. And so eventually I let it go of trying to have her to sleep somewhere at a certain time. Yeah, we stopped trying this, and instead I followed what made her more safe, and it was being with her. It was being her with bed. Yeah, it was being with her and just following what she wanted, what made her feel safe, sleeping with her and changing the whole sleep environment. And actually now it is very much fun, but it took a little time. Point number 2. Try different things instead of just keeping still and keeping in your routine and habits. That is a very important one. Like, if you're not an outdoor person, go outdoors. Go travel. Go explore. Take the train, the bus, anything you can. Do try different things that you would never try before when your child was at school or nursery, whatever childcare setting. Try different things, because that's when you're going to know what your child actually likes, what you like to do with your child, and for your own self, things that you never actually explored as a person without a child. And it's going to open doors to new possibilities, new energizing possibilities, and more than that. So for me, for instance, I redid my entire living room, and I made it like a kind of like a nursery setting, looking really good, really playful, really enticing and welcoming. And I do play dates, thing that I wasn't doing before. I invite people over with their children and they play together. And that way I feel like my daughter is also getting some social time. We tried holiday resorts. We tried a lot of train trips, things that I wouldn't do so much before because it was actually making me a bit anxious with the nappy, potty training, all these things. And actually, she loves it and so do I. And it works really, really well. And my third point, last but not least, give yourself permission. Especially if you're a mother staying with your child most of the time and you tell yourself, I'm going to do this only when my child is blah, 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 blah. Usually a certain age, usually going back to school, or usually, you know, whatever we, you know, set as a condition for us to do whatever. Give yourself permission to do it now. Because live as if your child was not like specifically growing up or changing, or things were like live in the moment. In other words, live in the moment. And for me, it was like, I can't work. Like, you have to change your mindset. If in your head you have this belief that you can't work with your child, or you can't do this, be creative with your child, create content with your child, try and do it. And I've tried and I realized actually I can work with my child. I can do things, try new things. And doors will open anyway. Follow those doors. Follow, not the doors literally, but follow the path going to those doors opening to you. Try, like, take risks, even with your child, as long as it's safe. And you will realize things actually come up. I feel like now, somehow, I'm living in more abundance with my child not going to nursery and school. Though I thought I wouldn't. I would just stop working completely, but I don't. I have other opportunities coming, and I am actually able to do things with her. I'm coming. And I realized, you know, just take your phone and make this video if you think you can't do it. Take this phone or this camera and make those photos with your child and post them on social media. Do these things. Cook with your child. Play with your child. Do events with your child, which is what I'm doing as well. So many things. Create this website with your child around. All these things, especially when it comes to creativity, content creation, just do it. Just do it with your child because you realize, actually, it is doable. Actually, it is possible. Especially right now, in the era we live in, a lot more things are possible with your child. Yeah. So that's it for this video. There's 3 different aspects I wanted to share with you. Follow the flow. Don't follow a schedule. Try new things. And 3, give yourself permissions to do things that you think you can't do with your child, and suddenly things will open up. In another video, I will share a few, I wouldn't say like kind of mistakes that I made and that I really paid the price for in my child being unwell, and that was all my fault. But also, like, in this transition, trying things means that some things aren't going to work, and it's okay too. And I think we should allow this to happen. You know, we should allow ourselves to make mistakes with our children and then change them and then redo and then reorganize things. But yeah, I made some mistakes and that wasn't fun. But it allowed us to see clearly the path to go together and what not to go for. All right. I hope you have a really good day, week, and I'll catch you up later for another video. Join the newsletter for more information. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.